لله رب العالمين وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله ولي الصالحين وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلوات الله وسلامه عليه. My respected brothers and sisters in Islam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has sent the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam with a very strong deen, a strong religion, and a very straight methodology. And he sent him as a messenger for the whole of mankind, including the jinn, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has recorded in the Quran. Now, we see the life of the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam in a very brief manner. Before the coming of the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, mankind were all in a loss. People were worshipping stones, worshipping trees, worshipping anything that they can get within their limits. The Jews and Christians who had already gone astray were controlling all mankind, except those who have gone astray. So people were hungry for a divine revelation from Allah, because there was no law in those days. There was no divine law that can protect mankind. The strong cheat the weak, the rich cheats the layman, and so on. So it goes. A man can marry as many as 12 wives. He can do anything that he wants as long as he has the limit, or he has the power to do that. There was no law. So they were seeking for divine law, and they were seeking for mercy from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then Allah sent the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam rahmatan lil alameen, as a mercy unto the whole of mankind. The phrase that was sent or was revealed unto the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was read. He said, I cannot read, and the story is known to you and I. So since from that time the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was calling people to this deed, but in secret. Secret in the sense that he was scared of those people, these tyrants who were worshipping idols. If they hear him say or talk about Allah, they are going to be very, very bad, very angry on him, and they may kill him. So he was scared. So he called people in secret, going into their homes or calling them in some corner, telling them about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Until Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed unto the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Ya ayyuhal muddathir, as if he is sleeping, and Allah is saying that you should wake up, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, remove the cloak on you, and you should call to the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and making sure that you abstain from all these idols. You have a very important mission. And when that was revealed on the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, what he did was that he exposed his dawah. Before it was in secret, now he has to expose the dawah, calling people to only one thing: not to pray, not to fast, not to give zakah, but he was calling them to say one word, and that word is La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. He says, say La ilaha illallah, and you will rejoice here in this world and in the hereafter. Then the mushriks, those who are associating partners with Allah, they are saying that you're calling us to one God. We have 360 in the Kaaba. What are you talking about? They tried to harm him, but his uncle Abi Talib was protecting him from any harm. And his wife Khadija radiallahu anha was supporting him and encouraging him to go on this da'wah, because it is a divine revelation from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So for 3 years, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam calling people, exposing his da'wah. And what happened was that there was a sanction against anyone who should believe in Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. To the extent that he had to leave Mecca and seek refuge in Taif. Not refuge like going to seek help, no. Because he has to continue this da'wah. He went to Taif in order to call them to Islam. But of course he didn't have any victory there as well. So they expelled the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Due to that, he returned. On his return to Mecca, in between Mecca and Taif, then Zayd ibn Haritha, that was with him, the Prophet ﷺ said, Messenger of Allah, due to you can return to Mecca. These people want to kill you, and here you don't have any mercy. Then he said, Zayd, listen to me. The one who has sent me, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, will make sure that this deen that I'm calling to will triumph over all evil. Then he raised his hands and called Allah. He made dua. And when he made dua, he saw that the clouds was getting dark, and within the clouds he saw an angel coming down to him. Allah sent unto him the angel of mountains, saying unto the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, if you want, I will bring these two mountains together, that is in Makkah, in order to destroy these people because of you, Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. They said, no, I don't want them to be destroyed. I want them to say La ilaha illallah, and if they are not going to say it, then Allah will make mercy on their children or their grandchildren to say La ilaha illallah. Due to that, brothers and sisters in Islam, you want La ilaha illallah for someone, you don't expel him. You don't become so wicked on him. You call him. It is actually your dying desire that he accept Islam. So at that stage, the Prophet ﷺ returned to Medina. And in Medina to Mecca. And in Mecca he had people, 2 or 3, taking care or making sure that they stand for him just as his uncle and his wife used to stand before the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala showed his might when Khadija radiallahu anha, who was supporting the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and Abi Talib, the uncle of the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, who were protecting him, Allah made them to die within a very short period of time. So there is no human protection, but divine protection from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then he was calling people to the way of Allah. For 13 years he was calling people in Mecca to say La ilaha illallah, because that is the foundation of Islam. That is the foundation of Islam. If you don't have La ilaha illallah, then your iman is completely null. So it went to the extent that he realized he was not going to have safety in Mecca. People of Mecca were not accepting him, but a few. So Allah commanded him and permitted him to migrate from Mecca to Medina. But after sending some people of Medina who came to hear about the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and they spoke to him, they realized that this man is not any man. This is a man who will be good for Medina. He can come and they help us in Medina in order to settle our differences and in order to live in peace and harmony. So when they returned to Medina, they informed people of Medina about a man they met in Mecca known as Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So people of Medina were actually hungry. They want to see the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. You see that? So you don't go to occupy someone's land. No, he has to accept you. That was what happened. Then the Prophet ﷺ migrated by the will of Allah to Medina. On his arrival, the people of Medina accepted him. He realized love. Real love. They showed him love, giving him everything that he needs. But the first thing that he did was to build a house for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, a mosque, whereby it is the foundation of Islam in Medina. It used to be the parliament of the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. At the same time, the school where all that we hear of Abu Bakr, Umar, radiallahu anhuma, all the Sahaba that we know of that have come to teach us this knowledge of Islam, they were all from that school of the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So in Medina, Allah revealed to the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam so many revelations about how we live day and night. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ordained unto him all the rituals that we have today. And Allah ordained on the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam about how they live within themselves, how to settle differences and so on. So the people of Medina accepted Islam and the number grew so much, or so big. Then when the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, at an instant, he wanted to return to Mecca. So he met the mushriks on the way. They said no. That was they were going to perform Umrah. He told the Sahaba, I had a dream that we are going to enter Mecca and then we will perform the Umrah and shave our hair. So while they were going, the mushriks stopped them and said, no, you will not. We will not allow you to enter Mecca. Why? He said, because we don't want you there. Then there was an agreement between them, between the Prophet ﷺ and the mushriks. Within the agreement, if anyone should escape from Medina to Mecca, they have right to keep him. Anyone who escapes from Mecca to Medina, they have to return him. In any case, the agreement was in their favor. But the Prophet ﷺ has control of both the Muslims and non-Muslims in Medina. So if anyone of Medina is being hurt or harmed by anyone from Mecca, then it means that the settlement is broken. It means they can do what they want to do. That was what happened. So due to the Prophet ﷺ returned to Medina, Umar ibn Khattab said, Messenger of Allah, didn't you tell me you had a dream? He said, yes. Didn't you say that we went into Mecca to perform Umrah and shed our hair? He said, yes. He said, then why are we going back? Let's fight those people and go in. He said, I told you I had a dream. We entered Mecca and performed Umrah, but I didn't tell you the time. Then he said, he believed that the Prophet ﷺ is the Messenger of Allah. When did he say that? The day when he realized that they were entering Mecca. Because at that time, Allah realized that the number of Muslims from Medina were not enough to be able to fight the people of Mecca. Remember, the victory is in the house of Allah. But he wants human beings to be within themselves to know who is stronger than the other. So when they returned to Medina, the number of Muslims, the population increased. And they became more stronger. And their iman was well built. At that time, they were ready to go to Mecca. The Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam finally ordered they have to enter Mecca when the mushriks broke what is known as the agreement. They were entering Mecca and the people of Mecca were hiding, running into their homes. They say in reality, this is the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. He didn't enter Mecca with his chest lifted up and saying words of victory. No, he entered Mecca in humiliation. And they said his head was down, like a person who is very, very sad. No, but he was happy. But he wanted to tell the people that he is not fighting for himself. He is fighting for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Entering Mecca, the first thing he did was that. He made them to understand anyone who accepts Islam is out of his own will. Anyone who wants to remain what he is, he can remain. But he has to be under the control of the Muslims. He has his rights. And no Muslim has right to take the right of a kafir. In human terms, everyone has his right. Then when he entered Mecca, he had a staff in his hand, a long stick. Pointing the staff to the idols, he said, the truth has come and falsehood is what? Disappeared. Pointing the staff, then the idols were falling one by one. He destroyed all the idols with the help of the Sahaba. Then he commanded Bilal radiallahu anhu to ascend the house of Allah, Mecca, Kaaba, and for the first time to lift the word La ilaha illallah. That was what happened. So 13 years in Mecca, and then he migrated to Medina, and then 10 years in Medina, then he returned to Mecca. The ulama are saying that after that, the Prophet ﷺ lived for only 81 days. Then Allah revealed unto him, إِذَا جَاءَ نَصْرُ اللَّهِ وَالْفَتْحِ. This short surah, Allah is telling him that when you see that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made you victorious over the people, and you see people coming in a very big number into the deen, at that time you have to glorify and thank your Lord. When he said or he read this surah to Abu Bakr and Siddiq, his friend, radiallahu anhu, what did Abu Bakr do or say? He said, O Messenger of Allah, I think this surah signifies that your departure is now. Then the Prophet ﷺ said, yes, Abu Bakr, you are right. On the last farewell message, when he stood on Arafah, he said, oh people, listen to me very carefully. For I may not meet you again in this very position, in this very manner, in this city of yours, in this month of yours again. Your blood, your honor, your money is sacred. So you don't kill another Muslim and you don't take the money of another Muslim unjust or unjust. And you should not also expose the secret of your brother. You are brothers of one another. Until he said, fear Allah in respect of your wives. Because you took them as a vow, an agreement, and a trust with Allah. And Allah has made them halal for you with the word that you say. So fear Allah in respect of your wives. And then until he said, I am going to leave two things behind. If you hold on to them, you will never go astray. And that is the book of Allah and my sunnah. Then he said, you shall be asked of me, what are you going to say? Then the messenger of Allah, we will say that we witnessed that you have delivered the message and you have completed your mission. Raising his hand up with his forefinger, dropping it down onto them 3 times, he said, oh Allah, be my witness on them. And then after that, my respected brothers and sisters in Islam, 13 days before the death of the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he fell ill in the head. Allah commanded him to go and visit the Sahaba who died in jihad in Baqiyah. On his return, he started feeling the pain. And he said that the pain of the Prophet is like twice that of a normal person. It was mentioned that he was able to lead a prayer even though he was sick for a period of 11 days. And after that, once while he was in his room and it was time for prayer, he couldn't stand. He opened the curtain and saw the Sahaba in very big number wanting to pray. Then he thanked Allah that he is dying while his religion is getting more stronger. Then he commanded them to pour water on him to the extent that he can feel well. When he entered the mosque, he couldn't stand. He sat on the minbar and then he commanded the Sahaba, I heard that you are worried about my departure, that I'm going to die. Had any of the prophets before me lived forever, then I will live with you forever? No. For sure I am going to meet my Lord, and you are coming to meet me. So establish your prayer 5 times a day. Pay your zakah. Go to visit the house of Allah in Mecca. For anyone who has the means. Establishing prayer, paying zakah, fast your Ramadan, visit the house of your Lord in Mecca, because La ilaha illallah is already established, and with that you will enter the temple of your Lord. Then once he entered the mosque, he couldn't stand well. He came in to pray while Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu was leading the prayer. So Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu, when he saw the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he tried to draw back. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, remain. So the other time he prayed behind one of his Sahaba, Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu anhu. And that was a signification of the leadership of Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu after the death of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And when he died, the Sahaba said, when the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam died, we hated our hearts. Everything has become dark. When they were pouring sand on the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam's grave, Fatima radiallahu anha was crying and saying, do you feel at peace to pour sand on my father? Then they said, what should we do, O daughter of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when it's he who had commanded us that when we die, this is the way we have to treat the day. Brothers and sisters in Islam, what is important is that the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, well, before his departure, he said, he has left us with these 2 things, the Quran and the Sunnah. We have to hold up onto them. And he said, we should spread the message if even you know only one verse. So, brothers and sisters in Islam, let's continue calling to the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And with that, we will always be on the right track. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala strengthen our heart. The brother whose son is sick, he's saying that, alhamdulillah, the operation has gone on well. And now he's having the chemotherapy, but he's going to continue also for a period of 8 times. In this regard, he would still need prayers, because they said, yes, they've removed the rib,